Welcome back to Bulletproof Mindset, Scotland's #1 health, fitness and entertainment podcast. So in today's episode, it was supposed to be a Q&A episode. We managed to answer one question because it got very heated between me and James on the whole competition side of life. James thinks you should be the best person yourself and you shouldn't have too much skin in the game. Have I butchered that?
I don't know.
Tune into the back half of the episode to hear us talk about that. We kick things off with just a general chit chat, catching up with the week. And James has been speaking about his recent experience with journaling and the power behind that. Now, when it comes to coaching and personal trainers at this time of the year, you're going to hear many personal trainers telling you to start now and don't wait till January. But nobody really talks about why and how to start. So there's no transactional paywall here. We give you some of our favourite tips on what we would be doing with clients if you had to kind of sign up with a coach just now. Some things to work on to build momentum going into that new year. I think everybody knows if you start now, a couple of months from now, you're going to feel better for starting earlier, but how do you actually start? So that's the kind of first half of today's episode.
If you are just finding us, we have a Bulletproof Mindset 12-week starting strong workout program. Look, it's designed to get you into the gym if you're just starting, or even if you're an advanced lifter, to get you fucking strong as fuck on the big lifts, the barbell squat, barbell bench, barbell deadlift, and other lifts that are going to get you stronger than you ever have been before. All that mobility work as well. So general life outside and inside the gym is just easier. Look, if you're listening, you're still going to be in the month of in November. So we are still doing a 30% discount code, which will be in the link in the description below.
Starting Strong 30 is the code.
Starting Strong 30 is the code. And look, we also have a free workout plan. You can use this for 30, 90 or 60 days. We are big advocates of just following a workout structure. So if you're not following a workout structure at all, that is absolutely free. Link in the description below.
So with that being said as well, if you are finding us for the first time, we have a ton of episodes in here. We release episodes every Monday and Thursday at 6 a.m. And every second weekend, we release a guest episode. If there is someone that you would like to hear on the podcast, reach out to us. Find us on Instagram at Bulletproof Mindset __. And with that being said,
let's get into today's episode. Do you feel like a top shot the other day?
Me?
Aye.
How?
Because you're in the photo shoot?
No, that was like just weird for me.
Was it?
One,
I thought you looked good.
the clothes were too small.
Aye, but I actually thought you looked good.
My
Like, genuinely.
hair wasn't done. I hadn't showered.
Why? Were you not
day.
taking pictures like that, by the way?
Up there?
For our stuff? That's what I was thinking that yesterday.
I don't know.
I'm like, we have just missed the opportunity.
Listen, this is how education works, right? It's easy to teach, it's hard to do.
Aye. But I was like,
So join our mastermind today to
I was
become
like,
better coaches.
why have we we have the opportunity to have just some better pictures to post.
That Chibs, he's shit hot, man.
Yeah,
He's
that
so
was good. That was good. Look angry. I was like,
I can't be angry. I'm a smiley guy.
I know. I found it hard.
Pout.
Aye. It was like, look here, look at the camera. I was like, it's my squint, mate. I had to look above the camera.
I see you need 8 degrees to the right to make eye contact.
I need to look up, man. I was like, right, I get it.
You don't have a squint when your contacts are in, though?
No, so but I still look down. So I don't have a squint, but I still look down the way compared. So see,
I don't notice that.
but I think about if it's in the distance,
okay.
it's different.
Right.
Do you know what I
What
mean?
are you again? Short-sighted, long-sighted?
I'm long-sighted, but I'm blind.
Just fucking
blind.
Straight up blind.
Aye. I'm long-sighted, but I can't see things far away.
I can't see anything. What is your radius? Not like... Do you know test that in your driving test? Do you know, remember, they go, can you read that?
I've got my specs on.
Aye, that's what I mean. Like when you've got your specs on,
they took you a distance away and said, can you read that number plate? And then I read it. But I was like, oh.
Don't even see a car.
Mate, I read it back and I'm like, I don't know if I read that right.
Mad.
And he was like, that's good. I'm like, thank the fucking Lord.
It's so Friday, here we are.
Shaggers.
It's been a mad week, hasn't it? It was crazy.
It's been a good week.
Crazy tail end of the week. How's your week been? How you been overall?
Been alright.
Been okay?
Yeah. Been up and down.
We'll not talk about it, but
No.
Quite entertaining.
If you want to know, you can listen to Gavin's podcast.
I'd probably head over to Gavin's podcast tomorrow morning when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on Monday. So Tuesday, whatever date Tuesday is, the 20th or 21st, James shared the story of
life's a game, man.
Of life and how you need to take some shots and sometimes those shots don't hit. You missed completely, but that's okay. That's okay.
David Beckham over the crossbar.
You hit that penalty and it just fucking misses the target completely.
But
and that's the life lesson, though.
No, definitely. Do you know what? Do you know what's been really good? Journaling.
Oh, okay.
Right?
You read it back?
No,
Or do you just write it down, don't look?
You write it down, don't look.
You should actually go back to like previous weeks to go like...
What's been happening?
Because sometimes you get caught in your head like life's shit or
So-
life's been so busy and you look back and are you writing gratitude down?
Mate, I am just writing what's in my head.
Okay.
Like, so I get to the end of the day and I go, how was the day? Like, how was it? Like, look at it. And it's funny because I had a client on a call earlier and we were talking about, she's like, 4 weeks in, lost £3. The goal's not to lose, the goal's to eat more food. And she's like, because she's come from a lose weight quick category. You know how they are, right? And she's like, I just don't feel like, she wrote in the comments, like, I just don't feel like I'm where I want to be. And I was like, whoa, let's take it back. And we were having a chat. And I was like, she was like, my colleagues have been saying that,
I'm just moving in the center.
she's like, my colleagues have been saying that I've been, you can tell I've been happier. Right, fucking great. Right, that's progress. I'm like, that's a win, right? So say that. She says, I'm feeling better, I'm sleeping better. I'm like, right. I'm like, so you've came from a background where your validation came from the weight or the number on the scales. Like, that's what, and we're chatting about how, like, so another client I had, she was in work, she's like been really stressed, she's actually lost a little bit of weight, and she was like, oh, fucking lost 2 kilo, and I was like, hey, and she's like, no way, I'm not trying to lose 2 kilo. And she's like, that's no good. She's like, that's showing how stressed I am. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's good. You've lost 2 kilo. And I was like I put that back to her. I was like, you're obviously working in an environment where most people are like that. Like, it's like, way, we've lost 2 kilo, way. But
Were you saying way?
no, that's what.
Oh, right. I was about to chin you there as a coach.
No.
Go, mate,
so
I would
the
do
people
something.
in her work were going, you've lost 2 kilo, way.
Right, okay.
And she was like, I don't want to lose 2
Yeah,
kilo. And she
yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to explain.
Yeah,
The goal isn't weight
yeah,
loss. The goal is strength, and none of them could get it. And I was like, fuck, I actually forget how many people think this.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're obviously working in a place where everyone, if you lost weight before, they were like, fucking great, well done, that's amazing. But I went to her, I was like, have they ever asked you how you feel? How your relationships are? How your sleep is?
Yeah.
How your general overall mood is when you're home, when you're by yourself?
It's quite nice. So I done that as the topic for the Facebook call last night. I thought it was quite a good one, like how to measure progress. And we touched on it a wee bit before, but this is key.
Aye.
Excuse me.
Fucking
also,
key.
see, before we get into this,
Yeah.
do you know I ran a mile today? Right?
Outside?
Inside, right? So it doesn't, I don't know how.
Come on, man.
It's only because I've got these fucking shoes, right?
You run outside,
I know, but it's an excuse, right?
Aye, cool. Right, cool. I like it.
So before it, and this is what I mean, you've done it to me as well, and it fucking hypes me up. I said to Gavin, I was like, gotta try and do a 5-minute mile, and I was like, I might even try the 230 deadlift, like do what Fergus Crawley done. And he's like, you'll not get under 6 minutes, mate. I'm like, I'm going to run a mile right now. I was like, I'm going to show you. So I was like, I've not tried the 5 minute. I've not tried to run a mile for time. And he's like, you'll be lucky if you get under 7 minutes. I was like, Gavin, mate, I'm about to fucking...
But to smash your face in.
But to go in. And I was like, I understand where you're coming from, but you don't know me, son.
You don't know me, son.
I was like, wait, I don't like David Goggins, but see deep down, not that I don't like him, that's in fairness, like that message isn't me, it's never been me.
Aye.
But I'm like, that was, the hustler was coming in there, I was like, watch this. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to see what my 5 minute is, what my mile is just now. And I'm running, first minute, I'm like, man, I'm flying. And I'm looking at the wee time, it's like 4:30 if you hold this pace. 2 minute in. Mate, I'm not joking, see when I breathe in just now, I can't breathe in, I'm going to cough.
What'd you get?
5:08.
Ah!
That's good.
No,
hey, what are you talking about? That is class.
No, but
bear in mind, I've done a 5k
I mean,
last week.
outside.
I've done a 5k the week before, and then other than that,
I'm
I've
more
not
proud of
ran.
you, mate, but you need to start doing it outside.
I will.
Good.
I'll get to that track.
Good.
So
That's like your deadlift with straps and all that you're talking about.
Shut up.
That's the same thing.
You're right. So as much as the 5 minute and 8 seconds is good on the curved runner, it's not even a treadmill. It's actual you need to power the force.
No, I'm actually proud of you.
There is assistance, I think. I don't know how well that's going to translate outside, but boy, I'm I can't breathe. Like, I can't fill my lungs with air.
So you just went for it?
I've just testing the waters. It's like the awareness, like where's the starting point?
What did that Fergus try to do a 5-minute well on 230 deadlift, didn't he?
He got 505.
I think I could beat that.
Do you want to try it? Well, we do that as like the wee mini hustle, don't it? You know you can hit a 230 deadlift. That's easy.
Aye.
No offence to Fergus and that, but that is
Easy.
That is easy. Like 230 deadlift is strong.
How much do you think that would take off your mile though? That's the thing.
Well, you need to hit a 450
Aye.
mile.
A wee bit fatigued though. How much fatigue do you think the deadlift would kick in?
I don't know,
Do you know that way?
mate. But I'm running in that minute and a half. I was nearly falling over. I was like, man, I'm using a lot of my body weight leaning forward here. It's crazy. So I'm gonna try. I'm going to take the deadlift up to.
See, I know, but I'm happy. I'm happy that you've got something to train for.
I'll get the drone out and I'll try.
I was sick of watching you no train for anything. Sick of it.
I'm technically still no training for anything.
No, you're training for that.
Well, you know, like my workout videos in it.
What?
Is that what you're saying?
No,
like
but
cruising?
no, I mean when we're talking, you're like, oh, I'm just training.
Working on my business, mate. There's only so much
I know.
focus
But
that
do
you can
something
give
else
something.
at the same time.
Nah, there's only so much. I can't, mate. I'm running the photo shoot side of the fucking business. The higher
No, but now you've got that. Now you're going to get
My
that. It doesn't
coaching
matter when it
clients.
is. Doesn't matter when it is.
Aye. So I don't know.
There's still
I
some
would like
goal.
to.
Doesn't need to be next month or the next. It can be like 6 months time. Well, imagine you're like, I'm running a business, I'm doing well, it's going to take off, and I also done this at one time. Think how fucking great you'd feel. You'd feel like an animal.
I don't know how smug I was to Gavin there, but I was like, he said, "What'd you get?" I was like, 508. What were you saying? 7 minutes, you said. It's because he was like, my pace is this on my 10k, and I was like, listen,
Nobody gives a fuck.
aye, my pace is different. You don't know me. You don't
know me, son.
So I just done that literally like a couple of hours before the podcast.
Right.
And
Were you hyped?
at the time, yeah,
Mate, running hypes you up.
I had to lie down for a bit.
Aye,
after
it
that,
fucked
I stopped. I fucked it because I stopped the watch as soon as I done it. So my heart rate was still spiking, but it only says 120.
No.
I was like, no chance.
Mate, it's a
I
190.
was like, my heart's in my throat.
Aye, it's 190 or maybe even 200.
Aye, it was max heart rate.
Aye. Easy.
But that first pace, I was looking at it, I was like, man, I'm fast.
You're going to need a rest for a few days now.
My training readiness told me not to train today. Like, fuck you. Yeah. I'm just going to take more steroids. Fuck it. I've actually ran out. I need to get my bloods done the next.
Oh, I thought you were moody.
No, I need to get my bloods done the next 7 days because I want to come off all TRT for the next 6 months and just see how my
Small
blood panel. Nah, I don't think I'm not been taking enough tests to be jacked. Well, I don't think it. In all honesty, mate, you might be right. Who knows? But I'll see what the next 6 months bring.
I know.
But I think my training approach is
Changing.
not changing. I think I've got a very good awareness in my body and what works for me and what doesn't. So kind of focus on movements that challenge, like behind the neck shoulder press and stuff like that I was doing today. Love it. That's a great upper back movement. Tell you right now,
Aye.
behind the neck shoulder press, man, the connection I feel in my upper back traps and my fucking rear delts and stuff is class.
I hate the way people train these days. I watch people and I go, that's so shite, man.
It's fucked, isn't it?
So
It's
shite.
fucked.
No wonder they don't stick to it.
No, I've spoken about this before. High Rocks is coming up in February in Glasgow. I might just do it. I might just go.
Buy a
But-
ticket.
This is what I'm torn against.
I'll support you.
I can't just do something though. I want podium.
But that's your ego. That's your ego.
That is also ego, but there's a beginner category. So then I'm like, there's maybe a chance.
So my client, she's a CrossFitter and High Rockser, and she was like, she went with her pal, and her pal's son said to her pal, "Why are you doing it with such and such? You know, meant to date somebody your level." Because my client's like fucking flying, and her pal isn't he? Like she admitted it, and I was like, so what category would you go in then? Do you know what I mean? Like, would you go in the poorer category, or would you go in?
What is the categories? Do we even know? Let's find out.
You find out. You find
I'll
out.
find out as you talk.
So is it March in it?
And I thought it was maybe March. I'll find out.
I think it's March.
Right.
Do it, and I'll just support you. I'm not doing it. No, I don't fucking.
You told me back anyway, mate. So
You're right.
from a fitness point of view, who would burn out first in that type of work? You're more likely to burn out with that because you're fucking 3 reps and you're good. That's you. That's what you've got in the tank.
If I just rest, like, see, if right now I could smash it
without training for it. That's what I mean. Like, both where we're at just now, if we had to like show
see,
up
because
to
I've
things,
no like properly trained in 3 weeks, I could
suppose you were running actually.
I could do it, you know. Like, see, like, because I've been sleeping really well. See, because I've not been training that hard. I've been like that. And then I've been getting up in the morning like I'm not getting up.
So, oh man, it's worse than I thought.
What?
So let's run through High Rocks just now, right? So the competition itself.
8 stations?
Yes. Station 1, 100 metre ski erg.
Right. That's not much.
Then a kilometre run.
Right.
Then second station is a 50 metre sled push. I tell you right now, see all you guys training for the sled drive, you do not have me. That's like my hidden fucking strength.
So what's that? How long does it take you to do a 100 metre ski erg?
No idea. I've never done it.
Don't think it'd be that long, would it?
It's quite ghastly though, because I remember doing it for 30 seconds.
Right.
What was Andy getting? Because I got him to actually, I remember writing these numbers down.
Would you do like a mini test at the start of February?
I'll do a test just now. I will not train for High Rocks. I'll train the way I'm going to train. So I'll come on to this in a wee sec. Let me run through the High Rocks bit first, right? So you do the sled push, 1 kilometre run.
How long is the sled push again?
50 metres. That's not that long, is it?
5 lengths.
Easy peasy.
5. How long? How heavy?
I done 15 the other day.
How
remember?
heavy?
So I'll go. I think different divisions is different weights. So I'll go into
Right.
divisions in a wee sec. Kilometre run, sled pull with rope.
Right.
Kilometre run, then burpee board jumps. Don't like that.
Nah, it's
Don't like that. Kilometre run, and then it's rowing. So it's very cardio based. Kilometre run, then farmer carries. Kilometre run, and then
Farmer
sand.
carries in the 6 one's hard.
200 metres.
Depends what weight.
Nah, I've got that, mate.
That's what.
why I don't
That's
do-
20 limbs.
Wrist wraps. No wrist wraps for me, boy.
Yellow chalk?
You'll be allowed chalk.
That's what you will be. There'll be chalk stations and all
So
that.
that's station 6 farmer carries. Kilometre run, then sandbag lunges. That'll be quite hard. I don't know
Was
how.
that in your back?
Yeah, in the shoulders.
Right.
And then kilometre run, and then the worst one, 75 wall balls. Right, so that's where you do the woohoo, woohoo. It's like you're volleyballing. Right, so that's the format. Divisions, we have open,
That's just everybody. Anybody can enter that.
and then we have pro.
What?
Pros for the experienced racer, heavier weights, more challenging.
Can you enter any of them?
I think so. You have doubles, where you find the partner, and then you have relay teams, perfect for gyms.
Is it man and women, or can men and women compete together?
I have no idea. Find my level.
Aye.
This is a pure raw podcast here. We weren't even thinking about doing this, right? My level. How often workouts do you do per week? 0. Comfortable.
So you can enter the beginner?
I should be able to enter any. I've never done it
Imagine
before.
you walk up.
Shredded. Jack's like, fucking nervous, are you? But let's be honest, everyone entering this is relatively fit. You need to have a baseline fitness to even finish it.
You can't be doing it. Like, because you're running 8K in the one time.
I've filled out the questionnaire. Our suggestion is the challenge yourself in doubles and bring your friends and just have fun. I want to compete. I want to podium. So do you podium with? I'm confused. I'll look into this and when we come back to it. But I like
that sounds fucking shite.
I like the status of winning, right?
Aye,
and
so
I don't know.
So da.
I don't think I could ever enter anything and not go, I'm going for this. But have I given myself enough time? That's the thing. Let's see, what date is it? Because I just
It's March. It's March, I'm sure.
So you've got it. I might go to the Hamburg one. You never know. That's 2 weeks.
Wee bit of fun.
Barcelona. Dallas,
Texas.
Interesting. This is mad how popular this is though. Hong Kong, London, Stockholm, Frankfurt, LA. This is still this year. January. Man, they are making that is crazy how much that's just taking over the fitness space. So Dubai. Imagine doing it in Dubai. I guess it'd be aircon, but fuck that. I'll text Callum.
We'll
There you go. 2nd of March. 2nd and 3rd of March. Glasgow.
2nd and 3rd of March.
Register now. You know what? Fuck it.
You registered?
Let's do it. live.
Where is it?
Glasgow, Hydro, the Armadillo.
Right. I'll come spectate you losing.
Yep, that would fire me up.
I'm like, go!
You're blast. You're fucking shite. You're doing terrible.
Bulletproof mindset, eh? What do you call this?
I'm gonna do. I think before I register, I'll test where I'm at. I want to look at the times it's actually won. I might actually reach out to Christian. And go, right,
How do I compete?
because I need to actually watch his vlog because he finished third. Him and Ailey finished third at
Barcelona.
Barcelona one. Amazing. Fucking two of them are solid. But I guess it's naive for me to go, right, mate, I'm podium, by the way. Give me advice. You'd be like, fuck off, mate. Yeah, fucking lunatic.
You'd probably need to like lose some muscle mass.
Nah.
Aye, you would.
Nah.
You would.
See, you tell me, I'm like, watch this.
No,
you don't know me, son.
You want to get that podium finish, you need to lose some muscle mass.
No, you definitely need to be more athletic than how I am.
Yeah.
Mate, so what's that? That's 8 kilometres. I've only ran 5 so far and I was gubbed.
Aye, and you're running it like doing things in between.
Yeah.
I think if you pace yourself, you could actually do all right, like instantaneously. If you knew how to pace yourself well, you get these people who just go tonto straight away.
Yeah.
I think if you could pace yourself, you'd be all right because it's a long run. It's like 16 stations all in because you're doing 8 kilometre runs and then 8 stations.
If there's a category where you get gold, silver, bronze for the beginner side of things, I'll do it.
How long does it usually take you?
I swear I don't know the timings of who's won it. Like,
Did I tell you?
Because this is the thing, there's like nationals with this sort of shit.
Aye, people like take this shit seriously.
What was the best time for High Rocks?
I would go and just no come last. That's my main goal.
I would never come last.
Yeah,
I know I could show up to now, no come last.
You never know who's gone. Imagine you walk up and it's like every country's just amazing.
So average time for men in the UK is 1 hour 45.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time. In my head, I'm like 30 minutes. Facts and figures, the official world record, maybe I'll go for that. 55 minutes and 9 seconds.
Right. You got to remember, like, the marathon world record is like 2 hours, and most countries do a marathon in like 4.5. Who run a
I'm not
marathon?
doing that shit, though. I need a bit of... See, the thing is, like, there's still see if there was more weightlifting in it. This is where I can see how people get caught up in CrossFit. Because it's like, ooh, we bit of cardio and lift weights.
Aye.
Like,
This is what I would
jump out of the bar now.
This is my thing with this, right? For the standard general population. You're like, oh, I want to look good. Why the fuck are you doing high rocks for?
I know. Aye, that makes no sense. It's because they look at the people who
For
finish
top level.
and
Aye.
they get their tops up. They're like, man, they look great. No, they don't look great because they've done high rocks. They look great
Because
they've
everything else before.
years of
I
training.
hear
for
people
start.
who have got to do it, and I'm like, you're actually going to ruin your physique because you've no built it up enough. And you're going to do this training for this, and you're going to absolutely destroy yourself.
When was High Rocks in Glasgow? Was that recently?
No. That was last year, probably, like March.
2023. Let's see. So, High Rocks was... Oh, man, that... Ugh,
Looks terrible.
just... So, weight-wise, it looks like 140 kilo.
For what?
The sled.
Right? But how well does sled move? I'll be checking the grass in all the stations like that.
What's the,
Fucking cheating
what's
bastards.
the best one? Here we go. So, Glasgow. Glasgow times 1 hour 4 minutes.
That's the top.
1 hour 4 minutes overall time Glasgow. Yes, we beat London, so somebody finished London at 1:12. Remember, half our audience is English.
Oh, sorry. Well done. Well done. At least you came second.
That is fascinating for you guys that do listen to, and whoever listens to this podcast, thank you for a start. But we were looking at analytics the other day, and it was very,
Strange.
very strange that
Aye.
we
Mostly
broke it
women,
down.
mostly English.
Mostly women, mostly English. Number one, you guys who are from anywhere else that isn't Scotland, how the fuck do you understand what he's saying, right? I don't understand.
See, I'm reading books now, so I actually sound more proper.
I'm more intelligent. So, what were we talking about before? What were we talking about?
No idea. No, I
Oh, yeah. Progression. How to measure progress.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Back to the fitness talk. So, as James was saying there, like most people You're looking at your progress measurement, and it's weighting the scales, man. And I've actually had clients, it's so funny, it's like, I hate going into work because they're all like, oh man, you look like you've lost so much weight. And they've not really lost much weight, but they've changed their body composition, their posture's better, their energy's more radiating, and they get this wee sense. It depends on the client, in all honesty, but I can see it with some clients where they get wavered with it. Like, no, I've not lost any weight, and they have it starts maybe spiraling a negative mindset. And it's good to have these conversations just on the podcast, but also with your clients, because it's like we need to try and take the mindset away from the weight and the scales. So how are you best measuring progress at this time of year for either yourself or the differences in your clients? Does it
for
change?
me, like, it's not even a question, because when you just know your body, you just know. So
But how are you measuring it? Like how can you tell you're doing the right thing just now? Like, what comes to mind? I know I've kind of thrown you off.
I don't know. I just know right now. I don't know. It's hard. I just know. I've stayed on track with everything. Like, I weighed myself for like 5.5 weeks in a row every single day. I've ate a good diet, very, very, very consistently. I've trained even through injury. I've went and seen people through all the injury. I've done everything that I feel like I needed to do. It is to keep training and keep doing what I was doing, and no matter having the wee down days and that, I always knew that the down days were there because I needed to do something about it. And I've always, like, there's more good days and down days, even while being injured.
Yeah.
And I'm still progressing. Like, that deadlift today was the easiest deadlift I've done in a while.
Right, okay, so there's the answer. So there's a lot that goes into progress, but your measurement is it the speed of the bar, how the bar feels, or the weight?
Just how it felt.
Right, so feeling, right. And this is what I want to get into, because this is where you can go, how the fuck do I measure that? Your measurement of progress might be just getting outside and hitting your step goals, or making one healthy meal, or getting the gym session in. It doesn't need to be numeric.
Aye.
And this is what I was saying on the Facebook call last night. I was like, take the shift away from that. And the reason I say this is because, I don't know if you've done this, I might actually be calling you out here, but every PT is posting now. Start now, don't wait to January. You've not done this, have you?
I don't know.
Have you done the whole don't wait to January, start now type of thing? It's like every PT's content.
No,
now.
I wouldn't say start now. I'm saying don't stop now.
Yeah, right. So there's two sides to this. There's you guys who, if you're listening
I'm not trying to
this
get people to start. I'm trying to get people who are there. Don't fucking stop.
Aye, so
this is the time where you don't stop.
Aye, so
I do say to clients, I say, look, see if you can date the new. Think how fucking easy January and February is.
Yeah. So that's one part of this messaging. But everything in the coaching space just now is think about January. Best time to start is now. Blah blah blah. Because you can work on all this. But we all know this. I think every single person knows. If they start today, 6 months on from now, it's going to be fucking better, right? The earlier start, the better, but it doesn't help them still take that first step. It doesn't help them take action. So I wanted to kind of talk about, right, how would you even take action? So let's start with progress. Everybody's measurement of progress is usually around weight and looks, right? Fuck that. Just now, this isn't the time to think about weight and looks.
You're not as hot as me, get at it.
Or, you will definitely be hotter than him. Don't get over that. It's fucking, it's not about hotness, not about looks, it's not about fucking weight. It's about doing something that you can go, you know what, I feel good
fucking good in myself.
I feel good for doing that.
Aye.
So measuring how you're defining that progress is an important conversation to start with. And the last night I was saying, for some people, it might, like, I told everybody on the call to pick 3 habits that they start with.
Yeah.
It could be, and when you pick those 3 habits, they should be laughable. This is for you guys who haven't maybe got into the routine of something.
Aye.
So, might be brushing your teeth, might be making your bed. Maybe you should honestly look at them and go, that's fucking easy. Try it for 7 days. And once you've got 7 days of consistency, whatever the measurement, like if you pick brush your teeth, there's only so much you can brush your teeth, so you can't brush your teeth longer. But most people will pick something around movement, pick something around nutrition, and pick something around some sort of mindset type thing, like you said, journaling. That actually might be a fantastic thing for most people that like a wee bit of gratitude. Write down a couple of things at the end of the day.
When I started journaling, it wasn't about gratitude, but no, it's no meant. But
natural.
you actually realise when you're writing all the good things. You're like, fuck, that was good. And you're like, that was actually a fucking good day. So
maybe there was something where I hated English, right? But because English teachers were always about, oh, look how you craft the sentence, and it's such an art, right? I know, and you look at it now and you're like, there was something to that. Like, so, I feel therapeutic when I'm writing.
So it's fucking fried, right? So I was like, I'm reading every night and then I'm journaling for 5-10 minutes. And I'm reading and I'm like, this guy is so fucking artistic in his writing. I'm like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, see the way I'm writing, I'm like thinking of ways to spice up how I'm writing it. And I'm like, that's so strange. But the joy I'm getting for that is weird. But then, like, because I was saying, like, to my client today, I was like, look, you end up writing gratitude, but she's like, but I'm not having a great time. I was like, look, see when I'm... Aye, that's what I said. I said, do you think I'm writing doing good things all the time? I says, I'm writing doing every bad thing as well for the day. But it just so happens that when I look deeper into it, there's a lot of good things happen that I just forget. And as soon as you start writing, it starts coming out. And then at the end of it, I say how I'm going to do the next day. Yeah. I just say I'm going to smash tomorrow, or this is going to happen, or this is going to happen. That's what I did at the end of my journaling. And there was no structure. It just ends up happening because your brain wants to work like that. It wants to get all the good things out, it wants to get all the bad things out, and it wants to go, this is what we do going forward. And
it's like processing it. It's like, because everything's so clouded and fucking no filed, and just by writing it down, you're filing you can only, you're not writing like, I had a shit day. You need to move on from it. It's like, I had a shit day, and what else happened? Oh, that happened. And you can't write the same thing twice. You
get it straight away. Yeah. And do you know, the one thing that I did think about, and I was like, this is actually so true. It forces you to live in the present because you're thinking about that day and tomorrow only. Yeah. You don't, when you're writing about the day, you went, right, this is how the day went, how's the tomorrow going to go? You don't go, this is how the day went, and look at the full sheet and go, how's next week going to go? Because you don't actually care. So it actually focuses you. No, what's the word I'm looking for? It actually makes you go, right, we need to live in the present because this is how today's went, how's tomorrow going to go? When everything's scattered in your brain, you're thinking so far ahead. You're like, I need to make this money. So I'll be genuinely honest, right? So you're like, what do I write down? Losing a couple of clients come up to Christmas. This year, you know what? I've no had good things in place at the start of the year, and I know that. And what I've learned for coaching for the business side, I'm going to go into 2024, and I know things are going to go really, really well with us, with the podcast, with my own training. This year, fucked it up a little bit, but learned a lot of lessons. And I know this December is going to be tight for money. And every day I write it down, and I just go, December's going to be a struggle financially. I'm going to be tight on the line, but I know that. And I know that it's going to be all right. And see, by me writing down that most nights, I'm feeling all right about it. Right. But see, if it's always in the mind, you're always like, fuck, I'm worried about January. Well, if I write it down, then I go, right, what am I going to do tomorrow to fix that? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing, and I find, right, that's not the only problem that I'm going to occur in my life. And then when I write that down, I'm like, cool, right? And I worry about the next day. And I'm not worrying about December. I'm worrying about November the 17th. Yeah. And then you can go, right, well, yeah, I'm worrying about that. What can I do about that tomorrow? No, what can I do about that next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after? Is that why you offered out like free coaching? Is that where that came from? No, when me, you and Gavin were speaking about it, I was like, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing this? I just done it. And then I ain't going forward. Like, I don't find it hard to train new clients anymore. It's no hard. I'm no struggling in life. I'm no battling demons. I can just take people on and like go, what's your worries? What you struggling with? How do you need to progress? Right, cool, I can give you that. Whereas before at the start of the year, I was like, that's too much going on. I'm an emotionally unstable. I'm an emotionally unstable person. Like, and I hate what I see in the skills. That's not even the worst. You should see what I'm doing. But that's how it goes. Yeah. So now that I don't deal with that, it's very, very easy to take on people. It's very, very easy to listen to people's problems. Like, I was listening to somebody's problems today, and I was like, that's not even affecting me. Good. That's good. Because you want to be empathetic, but you don't want to take it on. Aye, there's a balance, because you need to be a wee bit emotionless with it. You need to show empathy, like you said, and relate and help in a way. You need to be understanding, but you can't take it on as your own. Aye, because that's the biggest mistake every single manager has. Aye.
Every single person in a leadership role exposes herself to a team. So you deal with people going off work for various different sick reasons, especially when mental health is on the cards. You're hearing things. Oh, my mum's just died. My son died. I remember hearing some mad stories of, not even hearing, like dealing with mad stories that it's crazy to think how sane I was through this.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody's son dying in a car crash and their son was 12.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible stuff.
Aye.
And me as their line manager supporting them through that.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why that wasn't so traumatizing for me, but I was in that at a young age. I was reading Simon Sinek. I feel another, and this is a good thing that we were speaking about in Gavin's, like a good role model for me.
Yeah.
In my eyes, a bit of a mentor. Didn't need to speak to him. It was just the stuff that he was putting out that I liked. So,
Aye.
That stuff, especially in the coaching world, it's hard because if you're not emotionally stable, I didn't really think about that. At
the start of the year, man, I was struggling to take new people on.
Do you think that's in the mentorships?
What do you mean?
Like, because it's like, oh, it's all right, James, we can make you more money.
Aye. No, I'm not.
Could you make more money realistically if you were in that state?
Nah. You would burn out so quick. And the thing is, you'd feel like an imposter. I've got zero imposter syndrome in me. Start of the year, I had all this imposter syndrome for valuable reason. And when you learn a lot of lessons, you go, right, I genuinely understand why I felt like that back then. But no, I'm making future me proud and making past me proud as well. And I know that. And then I can go, right, well, I'm actually good at what I do. And yeah, this year's no went great. But then I look at it, I went, I'm nearly
Would you say it was not being great? Because think about it.
No.
Aye.
From aspect of that. But when I look into everything, I go, like, see, when we were looking at the analytics for this podcast the other day, and I was like, wow, this is actually doing really fucking well. And I look 127 episodes, and it's funny, like, when you start educating yourself on, like, human psychology and that Outliers book, I'm like, and every single word I read, it makes me feel better and more secure. More secure. And I go, I've spent 127 episodes learning about health and fitness, learning about communication. I've took people on for free. That's what I said earlier. So obviously, with Lee and Rio in, and I could have an ego of being in a gym.
That's Lucas, by the way. It's Lee's wee brother.
Lucas. Right? But being in a gym and you're a PT for a year, you could have the ego, I'm never training MD for free again.
Why not?
Exactly. So I'm always learning. So I had somebody in the other day and they're like, why do you do this? And I said, I'm always learning. Like, I'm always learning with you. Like, I'm learning right now.
I think as well, you also love it, right? So what did you do before this? Like, what was your actual role?
Well, I was
right, no, delivery driving. Let's use that because it's simple, right? So I was showing up and I was managing, but that's probably not a good analogy either. But let's say the days where I had to click, I had to take marble fireplaces up and down stairs, right? So you were delivering Chinese. Would you have done that for free? No. Because what is it? It's a transactional thing with money. Yeah. And with personal training, you honestly need to be in the game to love it, because if it's all on this transactional relationship with your clients, you don't get the opportunity to really, truly help them. I genuinely don't believe. I think, yes, you can get a transformation out of them. You can get them understanding a wee bit, but I don't think, like, down at your deep values, you don't get to do something. Like, see the thing that we done last Saturday, the workshop thing, doing the odd extra call or extra PT session, that you're doing it because you care.
But the thing is, it is transactional, but it's no money transactional. They're giving you knowledge, experience, quality time.
So I was going to say, flip that on its head. Like, if you're the mindset of the PT, it's like, oh no, I'm too good to train people for free. My time's too more valuable than that. It's like, well, if you buy training for free, you get way more than just money. You get life. You get, oh fuck, I've not dealt with somebody like this.
Somebody else comes in, you go, I can help you.
And I think about this sometimes, because I've had we've all had clients that haven't kind of done too well, and I feel so guilty for those clients that didn't do as well as what some of my other clients have, for example. Yeah. But then I think that actually was more of a lesson for me. For you. And I've communicated with them. It's like, look, you came to me at a time where I actually voice noted one of my old clients the other day. I was like, you came to me at probably one of the worst times. Now that I look back at it, I thought I could help you then, but looking back at it, I wasn't in the space where you were in your journey that I could support you through that. Yeah. And that's growth. Like that's me 6 months on from then. That's how we're playing into this message that it's always going to be continuing to grow. And if you're not growing, then like you're losing ultimately. And the only way you can grow is by this exposure, this kind of like, I think I said that in one of the podcasts before, like the best way you can be a better PT is training on 100 people. It's no listening to 100 hours of somebody else telling you what to do with your time.
No.
You need to see it and experience it firsthand.
And the thing is, I've looked and I went, what do I want to do? I want to coach people. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I want to coach people and I want to do. I do want to make good money, but at the end of the day, if I look and I go, is it sustainable the way I'm doing it right now? Am I always going to learn? So you just need to take it as it comes. And like when you read stuff and you're like, obviously a lot of people get lucky, but they don't only just get lucky, they get lucky because they've put themselves in the situation.
That's what. So this is what I was saying to you way before. They lean into it. It's like you go like, how many people have the chance to have, like you look at your life and like, man, life's no good, blah, blah, or whatever it is that's going through your mind. But then you start going, what am I fortunate of the position that I'm in? Oh, I'm in a shiny new facility with a lot of people that come in. What can I do there? I could do this. You could do that. You spark all these ideas out.
Yeah.
We always have too many ideas, but it's taking action on them as well. It's like going, no, I'm doing this.
And that's what good habits lead you to do. Lead you to take action because you're already feeling good.
Yeah. And tying this back to why we even talked about this in the first place was journaling is an action. And the 3 things being so silly that you write down that you say that you're going to do, your confidence is built because you've done a week of going, you know what, I set out myself to do that.
What I was going to do.
14 days goes by and then you've got momentum going into January. That's why it's more so important to start now. It's not saying that you could generally start in January and do this. You're going to end up with the same end result that you've built momentum.
Yeah.
You're just going to be 3-4 weeks behind. And for something that's going to make you feel good just now that costs nothing, why would you not want to do it? That's what I mean. So because PTs are like, this is the best time to sign up with a coach and blah blah blah, and yes it is. It's probably the lowest sign up rate for most PTs. Financially lowest for PTs. So there's a marketing element as a coach that we'll put out there, but
that's how I'm not putting out that message. I don't want anybody like come to me now, but I do want people to know. See if you're struggling and you need to pick yourself up because it's going to be. You're not making it easier for January. Yeah, you'll have that initial motivation, but soon the doubt will kick in. Yeah. And you go, I didn't do that in December. I'm fucking nowhere near where I wanted to be.
You said something there that was I just want to bring back up because it's an awesome trait of somebody's characteristics that, you know, they've got their shit figured out. You said, I'm making future me proud, but I'm making past me proud as well.
Yeah.
You're not going, fuck that, fuck that guy. You're going, that was who I was. And I understand that's who I was, but I'm proud of who that. I accept that person.
So speaking to somebody the other day, like you know him as well, and he was like, I fucking regret doing all the drugs and all that.
Was that Gavin? I'm kidding on.
And I was like to him, why, mate? I said, you're doing well. It's only because you done that. It's only because you done what you done that you are in the position you're in. Because if you done something different, you'd be somewhere else.
And I hate framing it this way, but society makes us think that way. Like
you could have been this.
Also, like in the corporate space or when you're hiring for a job, oh no, you've took drugs before, so you're labelled. Instead of going, you've accepted that you've taken drugs before and you're a better person today. It's like you didn't want to talk about it on the podcast. You're like, my dad's going to find out, my stepmom's going to find out. And you were like, that's who I am. Why should I hide it?
You know what? I know the funny thing, right? Like my dad and Angela, and my dad would be like, you used to put stuff up your nose. And I was like, damn right, I fucking did.
And how much more relaxing is that conversation?
But it makes them a wee bit angry, but I'm like, I fucking damn right.
It was great. But there's an acceptance of your true self. And there should be no guilt or judgment around how bad a thing that you've done. Mm-hmm. If you killed somebody, then
there's limits to the stuff you can do.
Most of us, the bad thing that we think about is, even for you guys who have cheated on your missus and fucking had bad relationships and had bad friendships and done something shady to someone, man, everybody makes fucking mistakes, and the worst thing that holds most people back is the judgment and guilt associated with it.
Aye.
And that's why therapy is great, because you get to process it, journaling, processing it, and get it fucking out.
Yeah.
And go, is that going to define you for the rest of your life?
Is it fuck?
Why fucking let it?
No.
So, a wee bit of therapy session.
Yeah.
How do we talk about high rocks in that conversation? So progression, build that momentum, and as I said, it doesn't need to be transactional. You absolutely can start. You should start with something, and I'm not just saying that just because we've got a program. Start with the free program that we've got. If you want something, if you want to make that step with getting into a gym, keep an eye on our social medias, because we're doing these kind of checkpoints workshops every Saturday.
Should always be following something.
Yeah, you should establish some sort of routine, as silly as it might sound. Like, even if you wrote down, say you're brushing your teeth every day, which you fucking should, right? You brush your teeth every day, just write it down that I'm going to brush my teeth at this time every morning.
One of my habits for 2 weeks there was shave every day.
Was it?
Simple.
It was going shite. I was like, weird.
But simple. Shave. Wow. Oh. But some days I wasn't. Some days I was. Some days I wasn't.
It's also
some days I was.
you got to recognise the
Aye.
fuck, man. Now, here's what I said in the call, because this is you're going to be like, that's never going to happen. You write down that I'm going to brush my teeth every day, and you never checked it off, or you never done it on one of the days, right? Don't put guilt attached to, no, oh fuck, man, I never done it. In your weekly review, this is the other thing, you want to review it the previous week. So in your review of the previous week, say you done it 5 out of 7 days. The goal that next week is to match the 5 and try and get the 6. And then if you don't get it, and this is where the brushing teeth example is not a great one. Let's say it's 5,000 steps, right? Mm-hmm. So you hit 5,000 steps for 5 days. So the week after, you try to hit it for 6 days. You try, you don't get it. You try again, you don't get it. You try again, you don't get it. The 2-3 week rule is you need to bring that target down.
Realistic targets.
You need to bring that target down. You might be, but it's only 5,000 steps. Well, you've reviewed your lifestyle, and your lifestyle doesn't suit that 5,000 steps, so it's okay to bring the target down.
Aye.
Another thing might be just swapping. Is it the same 2 days that you end up missing it? Is it always a Saturday, Sunday? Well, the target for Saturday, Sunday may need to be different to the Monday to Friday. So the 3 things that you write down, it might be around movement, but it might be Mondays are this, Tuesdays are this. You might know shaving's a different example, but if it's around activity and movement, it needs to chop and change and swing with the week.
But it's so strange, because me shaving every day makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Every single day.
And I think it is part of that, because you said you want to do something every day and you've done it.
Aye.
But also the like, wash your face. This is not
no,
skincare.
But you could say it's aesthetics, but it's no, because no shaving one day is not going to make you look much. For me, I'm fucking baldy. Do you know what I mean? Like, me no shaving one day doesn't change much on my face. Like, people could go, oh, did you shave this morning? And I could have shaved yesterday. And I go, like, that's the level of my hair. But by me shaving, it's the freshness. It's I know I've groomed myself. And I know I've taken it off.
Showering.
Aye.
Like, I know that was quite minging to say, but like, I was like, man, I feel so good after showering.
Aye.
Why did I not do it this morning?
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like,
something so simple can change your full day.
Yeah. And I think something like that, when it's around appearance, but it isn't appearance, like you said, doesn't change anything. But the simple fact of like a skincare routine, I honestly know how powerful that makes Gillian feel confidence wise. Yeah. And it doesn't change anything skin wise. Yes, okay, there's a health of our skincare.
From day to day, it doesn't change anything. But from week to week, it'll make her feel mega different.
So hopefully she doesn't get wrinkles when she's 40, because she's putting a bunch of products on to stop that. So measure whatever you're defining of what progress is going to look like is an important factor to starting your journey.
Yep.
Obviously, you listen to this podcast, so we're going to go hard on the kind of messaging up to Christmas and what you can do and what habits you can do, because we've done this last year, and it'd be good to kind of revisit some of those conversations.
I actually forgot it's nearly Christmas, mate. What the fuck? Nobody's getting any Christmas presents this year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks. 5 weeks to Christmas. What the fuck? The contacts came out.
I know, it nearly did. That's
crazy.
Crazy.
Right.
Mad.
Today's episode is a Q&A episode, so let's bring up the question box. So we have, let's see, what have we got? So question-wise, so I've got a couple to run through. Right. One question that was asked of me last week that we didn't cover off in last week's Q&A, how do you progressive overload running? Which I was like, fair point. So we need to kind of break this conversation down. running, you can only go harder or faster. And I think the person that was asking this, because I messaged them back and kind of answered it to them individually, but they've not started running, right? So I was like, right, okay, so we need to kind of stake this from square one. Where are you at in your journey? So if you're consistently running and you're like, right, how do I make this harder? It's not just, there's a couple of different ways that I would do it, but if you haven't started running, there's no need to run. It's shite, right? Just stay away. No, I'm kidding. I've honestly, like, I still stand by the same cardio for your weight loss journey. Still shite. Still standing by that.
Okay.
But introducing a wee bit of cardio, I'm yet to see the difference of where that's carried over, because I'm in a high rep range phase, but
That's cardio.
It does feel, it's good to challenge your heart rate, and I think everyone, for heart health and just resilience and feeling, it's a good feeling to expose yourself to, for sure.
Absolutely agree.
So how are you getting someone into running? What would you do? Move their legs, come on. I can get them done.
I don't think I've ever got him into running, to be fair. But I need to fucking know they run right.
Right, aye. Yeah, so let's actually start there. The skill of everybody, not everybody, but I see so many people in treadmills and gyms, and I'm like, man, you're going to end up with hip problems and ankle problems. So if you want to get good at running, you need to get good at mobility first. You need to understand that there's a proper warm-up, mobilising your ankle, hips, your thoracic, and having a strong core. If you run in your back sore, you're not engaging your core correctly, or your core's quite weak.
Or your glutes are just no
fat
fat
too, or you're tensing your calves too much, or you're using your quads a wee bit too much. So without getting too technical with that, if you're someone that wants to start running, start with 1 kilometre and run it as slow as you can. Like, fucking slow it down, slow the pace right down. There's no time. And then that becomes your baseline.
Yeah.
Expose yourself to it 2-3 times a week and repeat the process. Progressively overload would be the pace you'll have. This is where watches are pretty good, because you can set a pace that you run at, but you're trying to maintain that pace for week 1. 1 kilometre becomes 2 kilometres, 2 kilometres come 3, 4, pretty standard, progressively overload. The other way you can do is keep it at the 1 kilometre and try and increase the pace, but you probably want to watch, or you want to do it in a lapped time where you can pick a time to do it.
So if you're wanting to properly run, right, you want to run about 3 times a week.
You need to give, something's going to need to give. You can't, this is where you can't just, I don't get the phrase, like, you can't make your cake and eat it. I don't understand the phrase, like how that's a phrase, but you know what I mean. Like, you can't have everything.
You said that right.
Basically, you can't bake your cake and eat it. That's the phrase.
That is not the phrase.
Does it not?
You can't bake your cake and eat it.
Jillian shouts at me all the time for this sort of stuff.
That's not the phrase.
You can't
bake your cake and eat
make
it.
your cake and eat it.
No, because you could bake your cake and eat it.
You can't have your cake and eat it. Right, so I still don't get it, but I'm assuming
I don't really get it either.
You can't have a cake. Oh, it's nice to have a cake, but also eat it, because then you don't have a cake.
Aye.
Listen to us,
bake a cake. You can't bake a cake.
Anyway, right. The whole point is, whatever your goal is, you can't have a goal of being the best runner and having the goal of being a best deadlifter, for example. They can contradict each other a little bit, or building muscle, should I say.
I'm trying to think, I was a client the other day, and I was like, you can't. I can't. Oh, what was that about? I was like, you can't do what you're
don't know me, son.
I was like, you can't do what you're trying to do. I was like, you can't do it.
What was it?
It was something like that. Like, and it was like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Can he? You can't do both. Yeah. You can't fucking spread yourself thin.
Imagine you have a cup filled right to the brim.
Aye.
And this is your energy. Yeah, your energy, and you have 2 goals. One that especially that contradict each other. There's only so much energy you can pour into one, and your energy split. There's only so much volume you can put out, or energy you can put out into the world. So it's going to be split with whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's where sometimes running can go towards the high rocks goal, for example. But that's why high rocks is interesting, because there's the athlete that wins that might not be the strongest.
No.
Just like a CrossFitter isn't the strongest or the biggest muscles or whatever it is. So they're very contradictory. It's like a blend of what they call the hybrid athlete.
Yeah.
Is that the fittest person? No, because what is fitness? Fitness can be multiple different things. Yeah. So, so what that's how I would progressively overload running. You can increase your time on the kilometre, but you probably want to have very similar to weightlifting, like
4 week blocks.
a 4 week block, and then week 5 is bringing that pace right back to the start.
Yep.
And it should feel easy.
Yeah.
Easy sessions, hard sessions.
Yep.
But yeah, that's advice I would have in that one.
I agree. Like, if you think about it, train. I know a few runners, and I've been asking them, like, how do you run? And I was like, right, I don't actually want to be a runner then. It's 3 times a week, 1 fast, 1 long at an easy pace, and 1 short at an easy pace. That's the consensus that I've been getting off all of them. And I was like, so they all say the same thing. You need to run 3 times a week if you want to be good at running. You need to do fast, you need to do slow, and you need to do long.
Cool. So and see, for me, I just want to have the ability to run.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not running 3 times a week. Once a week's good enough for me.
Once a week is fine.
And it's a timed 5K. And it's not about beating the time. It's just I had to set the time to understand where I was at. And then I could gauge in my head, was that harder?
I enjoyed running
easy?
3K, man.
Well, I done the mile one, so 5K is just an arbitrary number.
No,
That's what
no.
I mean. It could be, I'm generally going to probably move to the 1 kilometre or the track up there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 times round the track.
Aye.
Like, it could be anything, but I'm also cycling to and from the gym. So
I watch a lot of runners and they go, just do it because you love it. And I go, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't love running, but I like it when I do it.
The running has so much benefits. Forget like health one side, but see in terms of like mental clarity, like because your heart rate's up and there's a euphoric state. It's weird.
Aye.
Like a minute and you're like, this is fucking crazy. But you get, I think it's about the 10-minute mark. You're like, man, this is
You're in it.
You're in this flow state.
Aye.
Your legs are doing its thing.
Aye. You're not thinking about where your legs are going.
Your breathing's doing its thing, and you're in your head and your thoughts, and you're just thinking about whatever it is. If you're playing tunes as well, you're feeling the music.
Yeah.
Listening to the podcast, whatever it is that you're doing. So I kind of switched my mind in it because I've introduced it a wee bit, and I genuinely think everyone should do something cardio based.
Have you seen the guys who are like, we spoke about this before?
Geisen?
No.
They get in Glasgow?
No.
So I showed you.
I've heard of that. Aye.
Huge, man.
Aye.
The amount of people. I think it's a Sunday.
Aye, the Kaizen Run Club. Aye.
So fucking shout out to the guys because they created this community, and it's like there's something to it where they just run about Glasgow.
Aye.
Like dafties.
I was watching this guy on TikTok, and he runs like 150 miles at one time.
And he does mile 5. No, I meant
No, but there's a lot, and one of them. See, when you actually race, you're not allowed music. You're not allowed your earphones. And people are like, how do you cope for 100 miles? And he's like, it's hell. And they're like, why do you do it? And he's like, I love it. And I go, this cunt's crazy.
I've brought this up before, but see, my mate James McKenna, he gets shit in our group of friends that because he was the runner of the group, and he would run the treadmill, no music, and just stare at himself in the mirror, like see the reflection of the thing that used to be at that Transformation Central gym, and just go for hours.
What?
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 No music, nothing, no distractions, just that. And I understand it. I do understand it, that euphoric state. I like the...
You're untouchable.
It's like a bit of therapy.
You're untouchable.
We talk about the silence and the loneliness.
How can someone stop you if you can do that? Do you know what I mean?
And that's where there's a fine line with what's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing to do. I'm still always going to communicate the lift and weight side of things. Yeah. But I think we always need to challenge ourselves and recognise that everything you do, if you find love in it, it's the best.
One of my mates, he's got to run a marathon. He's run 50k. Is that a marathon?
26 miles, 25
So a bit far, so he's running a 50k. So I don't know if it's a marathon or just over. And we were chatting about it. And he's like, wasn't really into fitness until last year, and then he's loving it.
Yeah, kickstarts his journey.
And I was like, see, once you do this, you're going to become unstoppable. And I was like, no, actually, he is actually going to become unstoppable because he's went for not doing anything to being able to run for 50k.
Self-empowerment.
Aye. How the fuck you become unstoppable?
And I think we've given shit to these people before, in fairness, so it'll be interesting to see where our stance is here. What do you think of the people that's like, why they're signing up to the marathon? It's almost like the High Rocks one. A lot of people sign up to High Rocks, they're like, oh, I want to look like them. People sign up to marathon, I'll be fit if I sign up to a marathon. And this is where the fine line of you train just for one of those things, just like a bodybuilder I wouldn't say is healthy, an athlete I wouldn't say is healthy, a CrossFitter I wouldn't say is healthy because it's so dogmatic. Yeah. This is what you have to do. Yeah. But then the flip side of that, I do understand that that's kickstarted that guy's journey.
He's genuinely not like that. He's not like, oh, I'm going to run a marathon, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He was like, he just started getting into running because he's like, I need to get fitter. He's like, I'm so unfit. He was like 32, 33. So
this is what I mean. Like, we're trying to change the messaging where people see getting fitter by lifting weights.
Aye.
People still think getting fitter.
He just
is
loved
running.
He just loved running.
Right,
He said that. He said he loves it. It's just something he loves. And I watch it and I go, he actually loves this shit. I don't. That's why I don't do it.
But but the point I'm trying to make is like, where do you draw the line of how do you convince that person that they sprinkle in just a day or two of lifting weights, how much the run will benefit? Because this is the thing where
he does.
All right.
He lifts once or twice a week.
You never said that. You just said he was running.
Sorry. No. He lifts once or twice a week. I told him he lifts once. I told him to keep lifting.
But this is what I mean with the people like can be so dogmatic. Like, no, I don't need that shit. Like running's the best.
Aye.
It's like, right, okay, it's the best for you. And it's just like, yes, lifting weights is the best for us, but this is where lifting weights with combination of whatever it is that you're doing, with running, with your marathon, is going to make you better at that result. There's a reason why I've focused on different styles of lifting weights, and in a way I'm an all-rounded person no matter what I do.
Yeah.
And my joints are good because I focus on mobility through lifting weights.
Yeah.
I'm not a fanny with my lifting. I'm not just training to build muscle, but I'm building a balanced muscle. I'm not training to be like super fucking hard runner, but I can still run a decent time on the run.
Yeah.
Still reasonably strong. But in comparison to everything else, I'm nowhere near the top level. And you don't need to be.
No.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't need to be. Saying that, I'm podium this fucking high rocks though.
See, you're still in it a wee bit.
You need to have skin in the game.
So this is where I've changed.
Really?
Aye.
Skin in the game that you need to be competing against something, whether it's yourself, which it should always be yourself.
I actually feel like I've learned to master the art of versing myself and no versing other people. I'm very I've always been the most competitive person in my family. Always. That's why I've went a different venture for everybody else.
Yeah.
That's why I struggle to go with them that much, to be honest, because I'm like, what you are talking about, I just could not give a fuck.
But everyone's got different competitive outlets. Like,
no, they do.
I was just thinking when you said, I was like, no, you're right. I'm the only person in my family. And then I thought, Lewis is competitive, but his energy is in COD.
Aye.
Like, fucking, like, we'll have fucking some serious, like, I'm fucking going to smoke you at this.
But it's weird because I used to be like, I'm going to beat them and I'm going to beat them and I'm going to beat them.
I'm just going to be best me.
Aye. So when I go into my powerlifting competition, I'm just going to go, and I know this now, but before I'm like, I need to fucking win. But see, if I had that mindset, it would destroy me.
Well, that's where I'm thinking. That's where, because this is coming out.
It would destroy me.
This is where it's coming out with the high rocks.
And it's not a mindset, because you can't flick a mindset. It's actions that are leading to me actually genuinely thinking like that. A mindset is no, oh, by the way, I actually think this, because you don't. It's like something's happened along the line for me to go, I don't actually feel like that anymore.
Yeah, I get
but
you.
What actually caused that? I'm not 100% sure. But it used to be, I need to win. But that was destroying me.
Yeah, but I think if it was, I want to win, that's maybe a wee bit different. I don't need to win high rocks.
Aye.
I want to win it.
Yeah.
If I don't win it, am I going to be disheartened? It'll be what it is. But at the end of the day, something I try.
This is what I say to clients though, and I would say the same to you. You're saying you want to win high rocks. What would it take you to win high rocks? Right, you going to do that?
Well, that's what I mean. Am
no,
I prepared
so
to
do you want it? No.
Hey, I might. I might. If I look at go, right, what would I have to do to train for that? I'm oblivious to it because I don't know where it is. So it's very hard to measure that. For powerlifting, would I want to win a powerlifting competition? Yeah. The work that needs to be put into that, and then I can assess. But then again, to win anything, genetics and history all goes into that. I might not be genetically gifted for that. And that's why if you want to win it, it's different to going, I need to win that. I need to put into the work to win that. Because then you're like, your wee heart's torn of, man, you weren't good enough, and there's this negative self-talk. But if I go, I want to win that, I'm going to train my hardest to be deliver the best version that I can for that event. Yeah. Now at the end of it, I'm proud. Like you said, I'm proud of the work that I put in there. That's the important thing. Aye.
And I think you can do well. But I say to clients all the time, you're telling me you want this, that's how you get there. Oh no, I don't know. Well, you don't want it then. And it's no like I know it'd be nice, it'd be lovely to have whatever you're looking for. But if you're no wanting to do all that, then you're not going to get it, so you don't actually want that. And if as long as you understand that you don't actually want that, you'll get what you actually want. And then you'll have a clearer goal. Oh, by the way, this is what I actually want. That was a roundabout way.
No, but I'm just
you know what I mean?
Whole competitions in general. Like, why do people do them in the first place? Because you need to have skin in the game. That's what I mean.
Aye.
You need to have, like, do you think all these places just like play on people's insecurities? Like, you want to be the best.
There's always someone who's going to be the best as long as they put the graft in.
But what makes the other 100 people who didn't podium or didn't make top 5 or whatever? What separates them?
Opportunities and genetics.
Just that? You don't think hard work is at least something that goes into that?
But there's fucking, you put 100 people with hard work, right? All these people are probably grafting to their maximum.
I don't think so.
I
disagree.
No,
we just spoke to a guy that's fighting, right? So if you look at the fighting scene, for example.
Mate, top level though. Top level.
No, I'm not talking about top level. I'm talking about, like, your mate's doing a marathon. I know he doesn't want to win it, but I'm doing high rocks. Like, these events are just standard people.
Yeah.
Just everyday people.
No,
like
I
me
don't
and
know
you.
if high rocks are standard people.
No, it's just everyday people that's interested in fitness. It's no
No,
super duper
no,
athletes.
No.
No, in pro, you mean?
Whatever one's the top.
That's what I mean. I'm not talking about the top category.
Right.
Because in all honesty, there's only so many people that will make the cut for the top category.
Yeah.
Most people that we see in our social feed going to it, just other coaches, mate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just other people interested in fitness, is what I'm saying. So what makes,
But,
like, because I know if I go into it with the mindset and knowledge that I've got, it's going to be different to somebody else going into it.
Right.
Because they're just going to, I don't know, they might do it better than me, might do it worse than me. That's no genetics there. That's just experience. And
That's opportunity.
it's opportunity,
It's
yes.
opportunity to learn the knowledge you've learned.
But then you pair me up to someone who, sorry for MD that's named Karen out there, but Karen who's like, I love this fitness game. I'm just going to get it. And she's got all these social events on. She's still going to compete in high rocks. I seen it. I seen people competing in these events and then they were on the fucking
So
session.
they're no hard working like you.
But that's my point. It's like, what separates the 100 people?
I'm talking about top level. I'm talking about the people who win.
Aye.
I'm talking about the people who win.
I don't get the point of my question, but
No,
I don't know why we're talking about this.
The people who win.
But I'm still going into a category where there's first, second, third.
But see if you won, you had everything gone for you. And obviously you put the hard work in. But see the people at the top level on that podium, they all worked hard to get there. Do you know what I mean? Second and third, didn't know work hard. They fucking smashed it to their ability with whatever they were given in life. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I mean.
They all put in the maximum amount of work. Just so happened that they were coming second. Now, going forward, opportunities and knowledge changes, so they might come first for that. As long as they put the hard work in. The hard work is, that's how you stay there. And that's how you end up achieving.
But it's hard and smart, because the point I was making is the 100 people who go for the first place, what separates them isn't just hard work. There is, so yes, there's opportunity, and I agree with everything you're saying there, but there's also some people in that top 100 people who had a lazier weekend and didn't give it as much, didn't put as much hard work in or smart work in. That's really what I'm saying. Like, that's where you can, there's a bit of buzz around it. It's like, well, I'm going to navigate my way through this.
I get that.
So I don't get the point I was trying to make anyway, but
But yeah, as you say,
it's like, why do anything then, right?
No, I'm not saying why do anything. I'm just saying, just do it for fun. Do it for the fun of it. Do it for I want to beat myself. Because
I've never done it before.
But I'm talking about every day.
Yeah.
If there's MD,
When's the next powerlifting competition?
I'll be doing it in summer.
Summer?
Yeah. But
What's the weight get? What, see if I had to end it, what would it be?
For you,
I need something.
you would be 103 or 105.
I was talking to somebody in my
Or
DM.
you'd be 93. You need to go to 93, I would say.
So I was talking to somebody in my DMs, right? And I'm not going to say who it is. I think he might listen to the podcast, but we were being open about drug use, and he's hit crazy numbers, right? Crazy, strong guy. And I was like, what you going to do? And he goes, I want to hit a fucking 350 deadlift at whatever weight he was wanting to do. I'll not say it because it'll get away. And I'm like, and then we were talking about cycles and stuff like that. And I was like, fuck, I didn't realise how much guys going in. How do you compete against that?
I don't compete in the same federation as him. They won't be competing in the normal Scottish powerlifting competitions.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know?
Because it's tested at that level.
That is tested?
National, that's tested.
Where did I go? No, I'm being serious. Where would I go?
I don't know. I'm not really into the drug powerlifting scene.
Fuck you. Don't tarnish me with that name.
No, but I'm
Yeah,
generally
druggy.
no. I don't follow really. I know a lot of strong guys, and I go, that's cool, but
Here's-
it doesn't excite me
Here's something.
because here the reason why I'm not into drug powerlifting is because everybody is on different amounts. So yeah, for somebody to take drugs and compete against me already, that's a disadvantage. But there could be two people on drugs on stage who are on completely different cycles, and one is completely abusing their body to try and beat the other person who's not abusing their body to the same degree, who is still relatively healthy if they were to come off. So yeah, it becomes a point of we're abusing our fucking body to win here.
what
like
happens
pure abuse.
with, say I come off my TRT just now, and I say I come off the test that I'm taking just now, right? Low dosage. And I compete in that category you're in. How's that making you feel as a competitor?
How would that make you feel?
You?
The thing is, obviously it needs to be right out your system by that point.
No, I'm saying like the example of me. I wouldn't be surprised if some people that
Oh no,
is
they
in
will.
that category is.
They will.
But how does that make you feel as somebody that wants to compete in that?
As
Do
I
you think if you've
said,
touched it, you shouldn't be allowed in it at all?
no,
You don't?
you shouldn't be.
Oh no, you agree with what I was saying?
You
I
shouldn't
thought
be.
you were saying no.
No, you shouldn't be allowed in it at all.
Right, aye, I'm
No.
with you there as
And
well.
but then you got to look at it and you got to go, one person's training naturally, one person's no. Who's the real winner? At the end of the day, who's the real winner? The guy who knows what he's put in, or the guy who's lying about it? Right? And we spoke about this with bodybuilding.
Is he lying though?
Absolutely.
So, right, use me as example. I go off, don't take anything. I show up to that powerlifting in my weight category, like the natural or the Scottish Federation, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I compete. I don't win or anything, but I beat some guy's number who's been natural his whole life. Do you think, would you go, you shouldn't have competed in that deal?
The funny thing is, right? Like, and you'll know yourself, steroids don't build strength the way they build muscle.
No, they don't. They
don't.
Aye.
When you come off,
I'm worse.
aye.
So, right. So, if I start pulling more than you, it's like technically I'm stronger than you because I'm.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one.
The question I'm asking is, what do you think of the person that's competing in it? Like, what's your opinion of that individual?
Uh,
Because if they go into a category, any other category, they're already at a disadvantage because they're not on.
if they're following the rules, then that's what it is. I don't know what the rules are for people who have taken drugs before.
I wonder if you need to be
I don't know
lifetime natural.
I don't know how long the drugs need to be out your system. There will be people who are competing like that.
People doing natural bodybuilding, guys, or a few guys. That listen to
Aye.
this,
People compete in all sports,
Yeah.
like, and they lie
get
about
away,
their drug
they
use.
can get away with a lot more.
There'll be people taking drugs at the time who get away with it as well.
Yeah, because you can change you
But
can buy powdered urine sample.
you'll
which is,
see big,
you know,
massive guys in the gym and they're no lifting that heavy
weak as
weights.
anything. Aye, they're
And
weak.
like steroids don't.
Fucking Jay Burns is one of the worst ones.
But they don't give.
I'm kidding on, Jay. If you're listening, I'm kidding on.
But they don't give you the same benefits to strength as they will with muscle.
No,
building.
you're right. You're absolutely
But if you've got a lot of muscle, if you do it right, you can become really, really strong. But as soon as you come after them,
right. But also as well, mate, like there's a reason these guys in the powerlifting categories are taking anabolics because it can increase your strength as well.
aye.
It's not just about the muscle building. It depends on the types of doses you're taking. This is what I was curious. I was like, what do powerlifters take when it comes to, or what do strongmen take when it comes to anabolics? Because I've seen it from a bodybuilder perspective.
Because you got all tight and
Aye, and then
you need to be a little bit loose to be a strong man. It doesn't. It seems like you don't, but you do. You need to have great overhead mobility.
Oh, you do, but there is a fixated upper cross syndrome.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I think one thing I want to box off is some sort of hybrid event and some.
See, the thing is, there will be a thing for
powerlifting.
people who take.
No, but I want to do a powerlifting event, but
But then the problem comes in, right? Like, say you're only taking a TRT dose, right? At the time, you'll be competing against people who are smashing test, train, the fucking
that's
lot.
what I mean. That
So then,
straight away I'm at a disadvantage.
aye. So that's
But then
where-
I'm at an advantage if I go into
exactly.
the natural category.
So it's very, very, like, that's why all these strongmen powerlifters who are on stuff, they're blasting because they need to compete with all these other people who are blasting on stage.
But I think as well, like when it comes to steroids, it's not just about how much volume take, it's how your body reacts.
No, it absolutely is.
Some people be like, I feel great on 300 ml test, and somebody's like, I need 3 times the amount of that before I can even feel it. It's mad. I still think, I think it's just so complex and complicated. But like you said, if I compete in powerlifting, it's to beat me. As much as I'd love to win
but that's how it should
like
be
that,
for every sport. That's how it should be for high rocks. That's how it should be for everything.
How do you measure it though?
What?
How do you measure it?
This is how you measure it. See what we said to Lucas? No. That's
a gold medal.
That's how we said to Lucas. Can you go into your fight and going, I done everything I could? Or are you going, there's things that I could have done better?
So
you need it's total honesty with yourself.
So
right?
See, and this is where like sports teams and that's different. What are you saying to put someone who... Well, are you just banishing first, second and third?
No.
So why would you go over glorify them? Because they are going, I'm proud of the work I put in. You're going, you're proud of the work you put in. How do you separate it?
They're them and I'm me.
But they get the gold medal, you didn't.
Who cares?
I know you don't care, but what's the whole point in that then?
What?
Like, what's the whole point in that?
Because when you're at a certain level, yeah, you want to win. But it's being fucking realistic with yourself. There's times and places you are not going to be the top, right? You're not going to be the top.
Let's say you win the gold medal.
Aye.
Or first place.
I'm the fucking best. No, I'm the fucking best.
Right.
I'm the fucking best here. I'm the best. But then, real people, right? So see when you meet good lifters, right? This is mine, that guy come up to me and says, what's your lifts? Oh, I lift more than you. The best of the best know their strengths because they are fucking in the mix. They know what they're good at. They know what they're better than people at. They've got a great mindset, but they know. I watched a guy the other day and I was like, why is your deadlift so good? He's got fucking long arms. Oh, how come? And he showed the lift and his fucking arms are in here at the end of his lift, right? Our arms are up here, right? Your arms are actually up here compared to mine, right? You stand up. No, you need to stand up, right?
Alright, so the other arm is like, I can get past my knees.
Right, so look.
I'm actually wearing shorts as well.
Right, so stand straight. Right, look where your hands. They bought me a dick, right? His end.
My dick's down here.
But his end at here. So the best of the best.
So there's less.
They know where their strengths are. The people who are the best in the world know why they're the best. Usain Bolt's not going to come out, right, and going to go run faster, run harder, train better. He knows where he came from. He knows how long it took him. He knows he had longer legs. He was better for the start. He knows everything he was already better at. He just knew he had to continue.
So back to the Outliers book, he knew to his advantages.
He fucking knew. He knows if I keep putting the work in, I will win. Right?
It's the same way like swimmers, long torsos, long arms.
Michael Phelps knew people will be telling him, look, you're going to be the best if you keep it going. Right? Whereas someone like, the average Joe will be telling herself in the mirror, I'm the best. No, you aren't.
So who has the conversation to say, you're going to be the best if you keep working, or, sorry pal, you've not got it?
Everybody run about you, whoever fuck your way.
But I don't think, like, that's with the whole parenting side. Oh, you're so clever, you're so smart. No, you're not. You just said that word.
So
I see when I see parents saying it, man. Oh man, it fries me. It's like, that's normal, by the way. Your kid said dad. Everybody in like, they said it quicker than
my mum said, my baby said mum.
But and I understand the excitement because I date with Cooper. I'm like, he's so fucking clever. You're such a clever boy. I get it.
But then you actually got to take it back. And what was it? Was it who was talking about when your girlfriend asks you? What was it? A book or was it a podcast? When your girlfriend asks you, how do I look? Look,
hen. That's how you're single.
Look, honey, I actually think this dress would look better on you. Oh, do you? And then she'll go, when she puts on that dress, she'll feel 1,000,000 times better and see all these fucking people who are like, I don't take no advice from a man, no that. No. See, if you're in love with somebody, right? If you're in love with a man,
you respect the different.
You respect their decision. And if you are genuine with them and they go, because a lot of men, like, you put on what you put on, you go, and they'll go, what the fuck are you wearing? You go, right, I'll change. Right?
That's me and Jelly. She's like, you wearing that? And I was like, do you not like that? She's like, no, try that t-shirt. And I was like, all right, I respect it.
But what would it be if you were so in touch with like Gillian, right, and you know what she looks good in, you know what she feels good in, right, and she dresses up, and you go, I actually think she could look a little bit better, right? Here, I would actually think that this would look good. One, she's like, fuck, he's taking genuine like attention to what I look good in and what I feel good in. Mind you felt really good when you wore that, and I've listened to this and I was like, that's fucking actually true. And you says, I think you probably look better in this. Does it sound good at the time? No. But if you and your partner are insecure in yourself, she'll go, well, he fucking finds me beautiful. And I find him handsome. Right? He probably knows in this moment in time that, yeah, I probably look better than that. You come out and you go together because you're a team.
Well, right? That's what I mean. What you try to look good for. It's like it's things that make her feel good as well. And I get where you're coming from with that. But it's just it's an interesting side of competing in general and trying to be the best and who there's like and that's the way to be the best version of you. That's where that talk comes from.
Very cliche, but when you take it down, you go,
it kind of makes sense.
Honest conversations need to be had.
Aye.
Am I going to be the best powerlifter? No. But do you know what? I can be fucking very good from this day on. Do you know what way? I can be much better than I'm other now. But I never started when I was 16. These fucking cunts are starting 16.
Stronger than me.
Fucking make great leverage, and they are fucking killing it.
I know.
Right? So I could look at them and go, oh man, feels shite. But what I can also do, I can look at them and go, they've stuck to it, they've got really good.
That's inspiring.
Right? I can still stick to it and be really good on my level. And like, it's just sitting and going, I am no at the level that I think I'm. So you underestimate what you could be, but no, you overestimate what you could be, but you underestimate what you also, in a long time, if you put the work in, you could actually be still very, very good.
Nah, I get you. I get where you come from. Right, that was a good fucking episode, man. Like, there was a bunch of other questions, but I'll leave this. Hyped, man. I'll save these questions for next time as well. But interesting.
But what is it like, right? Like I do it with you all the time, and you go, don't do that, and I'll go, I don't know what I like, hang me, and you go, no, you should have fucking said about it, and I go, right, I actually probably should have.
What?
Do you know, like, if I don't do something for that, and I go, I don't know why I disrupt your night, and you're like, no, you should have,
because it makes you better.
It makes you better.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, no, I never.
But I'm not used to that because families are like, oh, you're doing so well. Oh, well done for passing your exam, and you're like, it was an easy exam. I know, but you still passed. I'm like, no, it was an easy exam. I should have fucking passed it.
This is what I don't like about the culture and just now. So Jillian's fucking busting her ass doing later nights, I'm busting my ass, and you kind of say, oh, that's a wee shame. It's like we both want it, and I've tried to watch what I said, because and I've said to Jillian, it's like, come on, fucking let's not gonna, no point doing that, like just get to bed and stuff like that. So I started changing the conversation. She worked till like 1 a.m, doesn't get paid anymore, doesn't get paid any less. She's just hustling in her job, and she was like in this leadership role in the senior team. And I was like, that work that you done on Friday night, like, do you think it's going to help the work wherever comes Monday? She's like, yep. And I was like, cool. So I need to support her with it. And then she texted Monday and saying, like, I'm glad I done that on Friday night. Imagine I was like, oh, come on, you're working too hard. Like, that's a shame and all that, and felt guilty and all that. It's the same way us when it's, oh man, that's a shame. No, it's my choices. I'm choosing to do it. Yes, there's a toxic side of that. We need to take your foot off the gas sometimes, but if I want to double down and get after it, then I need to let me lean into it for a sec.
It's like when people complain about what they get paid, sounds shite, right? But at the end of the day, you're choosing to work there. And if a year down the line, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you're still there, it gets to a point where you are choosing that. Like, things take time.
Yeah.
Things take time to change.
And it's funny seeing this unfold with the corporate space, right? I'll not say anything more than a bit, but there's a in the senior team, it's so toxic and very political, right? And there's the whole saying, if you don't like it, then leave, right? But then there's the other side of it where the expectations are so fucking whack. Sometimes it's like, prioritize this, but also prioritize this, do this, do that, do this. It's like, I need more support here. And this is where there's a lot of like sickness in corporate space, where people will go off sick for mental health and stress and that, because there's so much to try and juggle. And in the senior team, it's toxic because it's like, just fucking do it. Like, if you don't like it, then leave. And there has to be a line that's drawn that going, That's not a good manager. That's not a good, for some of my bosses I've worked with before, one of some of the worst people you could ever work for. Because when you break it down, it's like, that doesn't help you saying that.
Do you know I had an argument and my boss was like, just fucking leave then. Hand in my notice next day.
So, aye, but...
No, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to you because that's what the message is.
Yeah.
That's the message of this place.
So,
and I sat and I went, I obviously thought about it a wee bit, right? I was hyped up. I went, you know what?
I done it as well. It was like, if you don't like it, you don't fucking leave. I was like, I'll fucking leave. I left Fireside.
Aye.
I
was like, you know what? There's my...
Fuck you.
And we had that hangman. I took my notice back and then I went home, calm, thought about it again. I went, you know what? It's not even to do with that. But the fact is, that is the culture.
That's the burning point.
So I was like, cool. I'm happy we resolved it. But I still want to leave.
But this is what I mean in big companies. One person's pressure can spiral down to everybody.
Yeah, that's the culture.
And it becomes the culture. And it's like, well, if the person above them is like, this should change. The person above them is, this should change. And it's one stupid manager leadership's decision. You're right. You need to get to a point where you're like, I really don't like this. I'm going to take control of this and leave.
Yeah.
But in the same time, like, businesses should be flexible to change.
Oh, no, I fucking agree. 100%.
But it's the whole fucking woke society. I think people are too soft in that environment. Sometimes like, you're not doing much, work a wee bit harder.
Aye.
But then the flip side, then you're like, fuck man, like, something needs to change.
Go.
You're going to burn out at some point.
Aye.
So that being said, let's wrap things up there. Good little chat for you today, guys.
Fucking
Enjoy your Monday morning if you're tuning in. If you are finding us for the first time, I'm going to say this in the intro as well, but remember, our episodes are out every Monday and Thursday at 6 a.m. I don't think we've actually said that in a long time. For you long-term listeners, you know the score anyway, because you choose to listen. But we've got a lot of new listeners as well, so we want to kind of highlight the point.
Did we get any Mia Hangme's?
105 reviews on Spotify. If you have Spotify, the best way you can support us is by leaving a 5-star rating. We love every single one of you, whether you choose to leave one or not, but we love you guys a wee bit more if you choose to leave one.
I don't love you if you don't. To be honest, I'll be straight up and honest.
If you've got any questions for us, there's going to be a question box on Spotify. Let us know and we'll answer some of those questions on the next episode. And whatever you're up to, enjoy the rest of your day. So with that being said,
have a nice one. I'm going to pee myself. No, it's bad. I usually am.